Welcome to episode number 80 of the BEBC
BS
Podcast. There's going to be a lot of BS today.
Yeah. There's a stand-in.
You beat me to my punch because that was what I was going to say.
I thought y'all were talking about me.
No, we haven't
You're
honored.
already leaving.
He's leaving.
Yeah, we haven't honored guest. Bye, Norm.
Bye.
What are you doing?
He's getting close to.
Here we go, fellas. We got a 2 for 1 today, or 1 for 2.
We're lucky. We are.
We needed stand-ins, and we happened to run in to everybody's favorite head athletic trainer, Mike Harrison, otherwise known as Doc. That's all we call him.
Welcome, Mike.
Welcome to the podcast, sir.
You're my hero.
God almighty, I'm in a show of Shrek. Happy to be here.
Well, we ran into him at breakfast, and he had nothing going on other than having to dig out 2 palm trees.
Yeah, we kind of put that on the back burner.
So I said,
Twist your arm.
yeah.
Any port in a storm, we'll give you guidance.
We had to ask him once, and he showed up. So he's going to sit in this morning, offer his insight on what was, I don't know what you call it homecoming. Let's just call it homecoming.
Yeah,
That's a good start.
It was the Mamathon.
Yeah, it was a totally different homecoming than McKinney Boyd's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
We had one homecoming
But
court.
they started a new tradition now.
That's fine. I think it's pretty cool to crown him at the dance.
No, not that.
No,
The whole junior
Oh, yeah.
favorite. What was it? I tuned it out.
Oh, it
real
was
quick.
academic.
here's your participation trophy.
Not for
us.
Yeah.
Oh, they had the junior upcoming court.
No, dude,
you
they
have
had it
the
for
royalty
every
and nobility.
class.
Us.
The royalty
For us.
and the what?
Royalty and nobility.
Nobility. That's right. Nobility. What the heck?
Don't.
They did it.
I'm
That's
not
what they
going to put
did.
my
Hey!
opinion out there.
At least you don't have an FFA homecoming court.
Oh my gosh!
I might prefer that one over the other.
Don't be getting the FFA guys.
Not that
riled
I
up.
would.
That's right.
We
Oh,
love,
we
we
did.
love cows.
FFA.
Wow.
Marissa's FFA animal is a Holstein.
I told you, folks. It's going to be one of them mornings.
Oh, it's going to be wild.
Farmers.com.
That's all. What is it? FarmersOnly.com.
Yeah.
Well, how's that jingle? How's it? Oh, a little insert jingle here.
Oh, people.
That's great.
People. For those of you that are tuning in for the first time, welcome.
We'll try not to worry.
It was homecoming.
Yep.
Class of 2000 and...
22,000?
Who was on the patio last night? I can't remember.
2000.
Class of 2000. Welcome back.
Why were they doing the 2000? That's 21 years, or is it 20 years?
Because that
This is the class of 2022.
that was the
So it was-
class that was willing to pay that exorbitant amount of money to
There
be
you
on
go.
the patio.
There you go.
Should it have been 2002 then, not class of 2000?
I don't know.
Or maybe they're making up because they can't.
Either that or they screwed up the balloons.
We had a 20-year anniversary.
Somebody was there. I had a guest with me last night. I looked over there. I said, it seems like an awful small class for Allen.
We were 3A back then.
2000?
No.
Negative.
5A. 4A, 5A.
We were in a 3A stadium.
We'll give you that. But
The
anyhow,
double wide.
happy homecoming to all the homecoming people. And McKinney shows up.
If you don't have reservations at a restaurant tonight, don't go.
Oh, gosh, yes.
You're going to see all sorts of forms of dresses and
Limos and...
limos. And
I
Legacy.
think they have an attendance of 3,000 kids for the dance tonight.
that's pretty good.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's what
Is it
that?
at school or
I'm
is it
not-
at Allen Center?
I think it's at the school.
I remember that one year they did it at the event center. They did my son's class homecoming dance at the event center.
What was that?
I was burping. I was actually burping.
Through your finger?
Let's
Trying
keep
to help
let's,
it out.
Let's keep it
Oh.
applicable to everybody. Let's broaden it out here.
You get a good tone going?
Are you about to say?
Well, I was doing a mental metronome to get my burp out.
You should, boy.
Numbo.
Metronomes are kryptonite.
This is going downhill in a hurry.
It always does.
It always does.
I can't tell you the number of retakes that we do. It's just crazy. So anyhow, McKinney shows up. Allen comes off their huge win last week against Denton Geyer. Puts them in first place in district at 3-0. 3 games left. And it's 3 games.
Prognosticators thinking that we weren't going to win district.
Ugh.
They got to do something to get people interested.
You just figure
People
with
get
3
tired.
games left against 3 teams you should beat,
What are you going to do?
let's just go out, get our work done, and go home.
Get ready for the playoffs.
Don't play with the food.
Thank you. How many times do we say that? Don't play
Yeah.
with your food.
Finish the game.
There you go.
Finish the play.
McKinney comes in winless in district. Is that right?
Yeah, correct.
After that big win on
0-4.
Sherman.
0-4.
Well,
It was bad. Yeah. Who knew? The
If
paper.
all else fails, you get the Thursday Dallas Morning News where they
That's
have
right.
all the district standings.
Prior to this week.
Yeah, but Saturday doesn't have any box scores.
No.
Way to go, Dallas News.
I'll say this. I
It's
wish
hard.
this is one reason why I do not like media,
Uh-oh.
digital media,
Yeah.
because you can't
Can't get it in the newspaper.
that anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Pull it up.
They don't have the beat writers anymore. They don't
Yeah.
have the so that's
They don't
one
even
thing.
make an effort.
No, there is no effort.
Yeah.
Well, and I will be, but the subscription rates are horrible right now, obviously.
Well, the kicker too is what you get on social media ends up being the same exact thing that comes in the paper the
Yeah.
next day.
Yeah.
So it's all the same. McKinney was 0-3 in district, 3-4 overall. We had seen them play earlier in the year up in Sherman, where they put a beat down on Sherman pretty bad that
Left a
night.
bad taste in our mouth.
Yeah, we weren't real happy, and
There
so
were a
we
couple
were out.
bad actors. A couple
we were
kids got kicked out.
Yeah, they had 2 guys get kicked out of that game.
Heck, they almost had one get kicked out last night.
Yeah, there was some cheap shot going on.
So we told the boys as they came through and got their drinks, we want 70 tonight.
Yeah.
we were all about.
I guess we
Got
should have told
halfway
the
there.
coaches we wanted 70, huh?
Yeah, we told the wrong people. They didn't understand what we wanted, and it's all about us. So
Dang it.
anyhow,
Yeah, dang nabbit.
it's a game you look at and say, okay, you should win, and you should win rather easily. And I guess if you look back on the overall game, it really was that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you're up at 35-0 at one point.
Well, I guess we're starting a new trend because this week and previous week they had Lathan Van Osdal come in a little like on the 3rd series.
Yeah.
Which people were frustrated with, but if that's what they're going to do, you just got to go with it. If he gets in, he's got to perform. I mean,
There you
that's
go.
the expectation.
Eagles get the opening kickoff because they lose the toss again. Have we won a toss all year?
Nope.
No, I think
look
we,
at me.
I
I
think
don't
we
pay
did.
attention to that.
Yes, we have because we chose to receive the ball when we did win.
Oh, that was a task to see.
Morris.
That was last
Well, I
week.
thought it was last week.
Geyer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't pay it. Wait, I'm going to go back to his comment. You don't pay attention.
No, I don't care if we get the ball or not.
He's busy
Start
watching
with. I mean,
watching Instagram
do
videos.
your job, get off the field, and you either score or you just make a stop.
Does it hurt? When
This is going to be great.
does it hurt when I push here? No. Okay.
We're going to get into your responsibilities during the game before we get going.
Call.
Yeah.
Not at that moment.
So Allen receives, but what does McKinney do when they kick off?
Onside kick.
Yeah.
Yes, right off the bat.
They try to get sneaky right off the bat.
Well, every time they did kick off, it was an onside kick.
Marcus is
They had
playing.
one deep.
Marcus is channeling Wager.
He's turning into Pulaski Academy or something.
Yeah.
You know? So Allen gets the ball after 38. Devin Turner is the starting back
Yep.
this week, and rushes for 5, rushes for 0, have an incomplete pass, and they punt.
Yeah. And McKinney got 3.
Yes.
A ghost 3 without
And
actually
we have
scoring.
proof of that. I know I took a picture. You
I got a
took-
picture.
So we'll insert that. McKinney stopped Allen, and you look up at the scoreboard, and it's 3-0.
It's the new scoring format.
You're like, what the heck? I text Olchek because I didn't have Cheney's number. I'm like,
Well, it also looked like they started out trying to control the clock. They were letting the 30-second the play clock
Play
go
clock.
down to almost
next to
0
nothing,
before they. I go, oh great, here we go.
it's gonna be
Well,
like-
but if you're going to
They did that
practice,
last
if you're going to
year.
practice that, now's the time to practice it against McKinney.
Yeah.
And we saw that they went deep, with the backups. I'm not going to say scrubs this year. And, I just did. Crap. Anyway, so we got to see our 4th-string quarterback, number 17.
yeah, but that's way down the road.
I know.
Jumping way so far ahead.
Dude, I'm foreshadowing. Come on. Work with me here.
That's like taking a
ADHD.
33 and going
Yeah, exactly.
to the last song.
You know what? I want that last one.
It's a catchy tune.
It is. So McKinney gets the ball, and they've got a big running back.
Yeah.
I don't know how big is that kid.
Number
Dog?
2.
You were down there with him. Is he 6
he's-
foot,
he's-
6'2"?
No. He's at like 6'3" and probably about 220, 230.
Okay.
He's a big boy.
I mean, the weight wise maybe a little high, but he's a big kid.
Yeah. He looks.
You know,
a
he was
jawjacker.
almost as big as that number 74, their tackle.
Is that Brian Jackson? I think is
Yes.
That is his name. And he was a pretty
Number
good
2.
runner. Samson Nazarko. I love that kid's name.
Yeah,
You know,
that's a cool
How
name.
about Messiah?
Messiah. Was the quarterback, and they get down, to the Eagle 21-yard line, and then the WWE kicks in,
Yeah,
which you gotta love.
Pick him up and slam him down.
Complete a pass to Dylan Rhodes. He runs down to about the 8-yard line, and number 21, and you told
Nicholas Bargains
Bargains
wraps up his
turns,
legs,
picks him up,
twists him.
and Blake Harvey comes in. And
Hold him, I'll hit
That
him.
was the best part
Hold him
right
up.
there.
Hold him up. I'll hit him.
He picked him. Yeah, it was literally
Picked him up,
picked
rotated.
and then boom, that ball pops out.
Samson Nazarko's pass complete number 10, Dylan Rhodes. Tackled by number.
recovered by Momo.
Yep,
And Allen takes over on their own 8-yard line. And you're like,
yep. Watch the video. We'll insert that here. It's a good play.
yeah, it was good. Next series, Devin Turner takes over, runs to the 31-yard line. Next play,
Starts going straight up field.
what happens when you run north-south?
Sometimes
Positive
good,
yard.
good
yardage.
things happen.
Good things. And he goes 69 yards to the house, which is really, cool for him.
It was a nice breakthrough, and we'll watch the video here for that one too.
And through the end of the quarter, which, again, with McKinney doing their ball control offense, it's short, it takes time. They're running the play clock down.
Quarter was almost over before you look up.
You look up, and, after he scored, there's, 11 seconds left in there. Excuse me, a minute left in the first quarter. And Allen's up 7-0. You're like, okay, 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Would have thought it would have been more, but the way
Wanted it
McKinney's
to be
playing,
21.
Yeah,
nothing.
it was 3:47 mark at the Q1.
Yeah. So Kenny gets the ball back. They run 8 plays. They go 24 yards, and then Nazarko made a really bad decision as he's chased out of the pocket, scrambles to his left, gets to the sideline, and bless their heart, high school kids always want to make a play. And
Chunks it downfield.
yeah, and Sign Shoe was there to pick it off. So that wasn't a real good play on their part, but we're glad he did it. So that's just the way we roll. And I swear, I just want to smack these Dallas Morning News people because they're so screwed up on their play calls now. On the somebody pontificate for a second.
I'm trying to figure out what that word means.
It means speak, so that we're not there's nothing going on.
Where they leave plays out.
You don't like dead air?
Yeah, I mean, we
It skips
It's their
around.
format.
yeah, it's just awful. They got it so messed up.
Well, and so this one was the one where he rolls out to the left, tosses it, and Dylan Avila intercepts it.
Diego Avila.
Diego Avila.
Yeah, he
Was
throws
that
it out
his
there.
first? It wasn't
Yeah,
Sony?
that was the first one.
Yeah,
that was the
All right,
first
then it's my
interception.
bad. I apologize, people. They got it right.
So
Diego actually.
He stepped right in the middle of it.
Oh, he stepped. Yeah.
He stepped right in. And
Right
That
under the route.
was pretty too.
He read that play well. I mean, it was just like
Insert the
Pop
video
off.
clip here. 'cause
He
we're-
ended up-
Be loud.
Sampson, Nazarko's pass intercepted by number 19, Diego Avila.
That was
that
beautiful.
ball was in the air, and all of a sudden he just steps right in and goes. Clunk.
Yeah, he took it down to the 20 almost.
Yeah. Well, and then there was
Maybe
a
we had
flag.
a
We had a block in the back. Yeah.
DJ drilled him.
Yeah.
DJ should have.
I mean, it happened. Right
oops, sorry.
I gotta admit that game was getting chippy, and we brought it up. We watched them play Sherman when we were up there supporting Kane, and two of their kids got number 2 was one of them that got.
Well, it was number 8, number 4, and number 47 on the line up there that were being really dirty and,
Oh yeah, I
and
remember that.
hitting
Yeah,
guys
there's
after
a-
they're down.
They were a little bit of that was being pulled last night as well too. I'm like, come on, man.
Well, I watched their that defensive line trying to get in on our offensive line, and they didn't get across the line pretty much the whole night long. They were just like being thrown around like rag dolls.
Yeah. But you'll see.
So that
you'll
was
see.
great to see.
Avila, intercepts it, and on the run back, you'll see in the video the I think it was Zena and who's number 50. Anyway, there was a block in the back, but you'll see it in the video.
It's DJ.
I think that one was DJ.
So Diego intercepts, and he actually ran about 30 yards with his take down to the 20. There was a penalty, brought it back to the 47-yard line, and nothing happens. It's funny how they have Hawkins. It's funny. This is the Dallas Morning News for you. Devin Turner rushes for 2 yards. Mike Hawkins passing incomplete. And on third down, Lathan Van Osbal rushes for 2. Well, they don't switch quarterbacks at every
In the
play.
middle of it, you're right.
That was when Van
hold
Osbal
on,
was in
hold
there.
on. That could have been where Mike's helmet came off too.
Oh, you're right. Look, see, that's why you're here to straighten us
Dang,
ding
man.
dongs out.
You were ripping on the Dallas.
And he's sitting there going, I do that all the time.
Yeah. See, that's the stuff he remembers of because he's down there with those kids. But yeah, you're
But
right.
the frustrating part is a great interception like that, and it leads to a punt. You hate to see that. So if you can get that turnover and momentum,
Well,
you want to see the shift.
It was one of those deals. Well, but actually we didn't punt because it was 4th and 6.
That was at the quarter change, and that's when we were down there.
Yeah,
and I
and it was
believe
4th and 6, and he caught him off sides.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we got the
fourth and one. we got the
Untimed
first down.
down. Yeah.
Untimed down, and then Devin rushed and got the first down, 2 yards. Excuse me. And then we didn't do anything after that. Incomplete pass. Turner rushed for 3, and Lathan got sacked for 7.
Yep.
So Carter Koaluka, who we haven't seen much of this year, number 46, outside of holding for extra points, gets to punt. He punts it down to the
little
20.
rugby style.
Yep.
Dude, he had such an open lane in his first punt.
It would have been.
I thought he was gone.
I thought he was too because he kept running and running. I'm like, go, go, go!
It was.
And we don't know. I don't know
not
if Doc
supposed to.
wants to open this up.
no.
He would be
He
in so
was
much trouble if he
wide
did.
open.
He probably just needs to punt it.
Yeah.
Love the kid to death.
Forgiveness is not an option
That's
here.
good.
Huh?
He needs to punt.
Sacrifice.
But he was so open.
He did have a lot of room on that side, and he had 2 blockers in front of him.
Yeah, he did.
So you're like, you see it from where you're at. But anyhow, McKinney gets the ball back on their 20. They don't get anything. In fact, they have a loss on a rush, and then Sampson gets sacked, and then they go to punt.
And number 36 gets in a little deep.
Greg Hawkins.
Thank you. I knew he had the same name as somebody. No relation to Mike, I take it.
No.
Yeah. Blocks the punt. Allen recovers.
Basically untouched. Yeah, he got one shoulder shrug on him and
Came in.
laid out
Yeah.
and just popped.
Christian Turner's Greg Hawkins.
See, I'm going to get on the Dallas Morning News now. Greg Hawkins recovers block punt in the end zone.
That ball went sideways.
Since when is the end zone at the 12-yard line? So Allen gets the ball actually at the 11. Yeah. And by golly, they can't get a first down. They get stopped on fourth down at 2, and so McKinney takes over. Bless their heart. Why is it 1? See, again, this is so weird.
You know what?
Interns.
That's the end of the podcast.
It might be.
We're done.
Because I don't even know what happened. What happened? Let's think about that. Because Dallas Morning...
We turned it over. I don't think we...
Yeah, we turned it over on downs to McKinney. They
Yeah.
get the ball back at their 7-yard line. And they go one play, it says 0 yards.
That was
I think
halftime.
they ended up... No.
7 minutes left the second quarter, didn't
Yeah.
it?
They ended
didn't.
up, I think they ended up having a punt.
No, we turn over on downs.
No.
No?
I'm talking about them.
Oh, okay.
We turned it over on downs.
Yeah.
Man, we are getting old. We can't remember what happened. James,
Know
we need
what
the whole
happened 10
video.
minutes ago.
You got the whole
somebody
video
pull
is
up
up.
the video.
Well, stop
I'm
the
trying to
recording.
Because I probably
Stop
had
the
some
recording and watch it
responsibilities in
and
the
see what
back.
happened.
Give us 1 second. We'll be right back.
The other round.
Okay, we figured it out because the Dallas Morning News is all screwed up. We blocked that punt, and Allen does score on that drive. A 7-yard touchdown run by Turner, in which DJ was in as the lead blocker.
Direct snap.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, direct
Yeah.
snap.
Yes.
And
right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
DJ gets a block, and then he blocks somebody with his backside on the way into the end zone. He takes out number 13 with his backside.
They're like, crap.
7-yard touchdown run by
So Devin goes up, or
The butt whip.
yeah, Allen goes up 14-0.
This is where Caden line drives it through the
Almost
upright.
up, yeah.
Yeah.
McKinney gets the ball, goes 36 yards, ends up going for it on fourth down. Ain't nothing happening, folks. It's still 14-0. They do not get it.
Yep.
Allen
Turnover.
gets the ball on the 39-yard line. First play, post pattern to Jordan.
That's pretty.
Hawkins hits him.
Yep. About 40, 30, 38 yards. Yeah.
Yeah, and they get down to the line 23. Hawkins rushes for 5. We get a 10-yard penalty. Another completion to Jordan. Down to the 12 for a first down. And then there's a penalty on McKinney that gets the ball down to the 6. And then Hawkins completes a pass to Jordan again for another 6-yard touchdown.
touchdown from Mike Hawkins to Jordan.
It's 21-0. It's fantastic
2 minutes to go in the game.
in the half.
Yes, or the half.
You wish it was the
Sorry.
game. Yeah,
Can this thing
you're
be
always
over?
trying to rush things out.
I know.
McKinney gets the ball. They go nowhere. Have to punt again. 1:46 left in the mighty. Yeah, Allen gets the ball with a little over a minute left, and they get down into. I couldn't think of the name of the company. I was going to do the whole.
The Advanced Drywall and Plaster.
Thank you. Red zone.
Red Zone.
Red zone.
What a whip.
They're unable to score.
Hey, that guy does good pull work. Trust me. Oh yeah.
And so they line up for a field goal. And this is where a little bit of gamesmanship, sportsmanship, I don't know what you call it, starts happening.
Yep. It's down on the 3-yard line, chip shot,
Yeah. It's
Freaking
they're
extra
at the
point.
3-yard line. It's basically an extra point.
and then Marcus comes down the line to the ref right on the line of scrimmage and calls timeout.
Okay, fine.
Icing. Okay.
And we're like, so guys come over, they have a little conversation, the field goal unit goes back out,
Time's running down.
and
Timeout.
another timeout.
Does it again.
I'm like, And then the fans started saying,
I mean, you're 21 points down.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
on
what
an
difference
extra-
is it
it'd be
really going to
different
make?
if it was a 45-yard field goal
50-yard
or a
field goal.
50-yard field goal, but it's an extra point. And you're like, dude,
But
what
did
are
he
you
get
doing?
what he wanted?
No, he got what he wanted. I mean,
You were yelling louder than anybody
Well,
for him to
yeah,
go for it.
because I wanted him to go for it.
yeah, I
I
mean,
wanted him to shove it down their throat.
if you're going to
Yeah.
do something
And
like
it didn't
that, you
work
need
out.
to.
Because we were trying to get
Score.
to 70, remember, Nolan?
Yes.
It was 14-0. How many points do you need to get to 70 from 14?
We will not bring that up, Jack Wagon.
We're sitting there. Because
It's a long day.
we wanted 70, and they got to 14-0. No, it goes, only 47 more points.
Really?
I was like,
What?
what? No. Do the math.
But then when we got to 21, I was like, oh, there's the math. That makes math easier.
So for all your math needs,
Long day.
Nolan Schrader is
I'm
not your
tutoring.
man.
I tutor.
So
It's Nolan Core math. It's not Common
So
Core.
after the second time out, Coach Morris makes the decision to go for it.
Yep.
And we sat up there and said, all right, we wanted this, but we can't be upset if they don't get it.
Exactly.
Yep.
And they didn't get it.
Completely.
You know, the pass was incomplete. You go into halftime, you're up 21-0. I looked at that point, and McKinney only had 148 yards of total offense, which...
Or at least one was a long run, though, right?
No, this is the first half.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything.
Oh, that's right. That
Yeah.
second half.
And so you're like, okay, that, and you've got 2 turnovers, and you're up 21-0. Pretty good half for the Eagles. So you got to be happy with that. Halftime comes. You got to listen to the 2 bands, do their URL show.
Yeah, how was that, by the way? I never get to see those.
You know,
It was slightly entertaining.
It was so bad, all the parents.
I don't
left
know. We
after
got up and went
halftime.
to the concession stands.
The parents must have been disgusted because they all
listen,
left.
we all. James and I had band kids,
Yeah.
so we understand it, and we get
Even
it.
though we never left after halftime.
No, but we're different in that fact.
Yeah,
My
we
whole
are.
thing is I don't like, but again, you can't change it. And this is a personal opinion.
It's what it is.
I don't like what the UIL has done with quote unquote a marching show,
Used to be a marching show.
and now it's turned into a drama theater presentation. And I don't like that. I mean, I want to see.
Totally separate department.
Yeah, that's what I like about college bands.
That's
Like
called
Ohio
theater.
State. Ohio State was great.
Yeah.
Texas was great last week when we
Yeah.
were down there at halftime.
Hey, A&M
Stanford's
band's
always great.
Yeah.
band.
And you're
Marching
like,
band.
you can do so much. College bands prove it every week. They put in a different show every week.
Yeah.
And I know you're dealing with high school kids, and it's a little different, but I don't like the props and all that stuff that you have to do now.
It's the
in order to be
same
able to compete.
thing every week.
Well, that's the other thing. It's repetitive, and
That would
but
mean same thing.
They sounded great. It's a great show. They're going to do well. They're moving on to regionals in 2 weeks, but there's so much more you can do, and especially so much more you can do with the volume of kids they have. Now, can they get the kids to do it? I don't know, but
Yeah.
this isn't a band podcast, but anyhow.
Hell, they cover half of them during the
Yeah, with the tarp, the huge tarp.
with the big old tarp. That looks like my comforter.
Probably need that bigger one.
Oh!
Wow!
Shots fired!
Hit! You sunk my
God, we're not
battleship!
behind a paywall.
You sunk my battleship!
That was funny. That was funny. So, anyhow, halftime comes and
Yep.
goes. I had something else I was going to say there, and I forgot what it was.
Sorry.
No, David did it. He made me. McKinney's going to get the ball first. And they do. But they end up not being able to do anything. And they have to punt. Allen gets the ball at the 37-yard line. Turner rushes for 5, loses 3. Complete pass to Tyson for 19. Devin breaks loose for a 25-yard run down to the line, 33. And then our buddy...
The pass, number 16.
Yard touchdown pass from Mike Hawkins to number 16, Jacob Brazier.
What a great catch that was.
There was.
It was.
It was very
Do
good.
you have that?
Nice separation. Yep.
Yeah.
Watch the highlight here because
Jacob
it's
Rasher
beautiful.
I don't know if it's here.
Oh, it's here.
runs some great routes.
Yeah.
And the kid always seems
Got enough separation
he gets
to
just
make
enough.
it a good play.
Yep. Hawkins hits him. It's a 33-yard touchdown. It's 28-0, and all intents and purposes, game over.
How far are we away from 7?
42, Jackwagon.
Love you, Nolan. McKinney gets the ball back, 5:56. This is where
Yes.
Zarko makes the bad
Yeah.
pass when he's chased out.
Yeah, they're going towards the south end zone. He throws kind of a long pass under duress out towards the visitor sideline. Two of our guys go up, and one of those is Sign Shuva, and Sign comes down with the ball.
Sampson, Zarko's pass intended for Xavier Filsamy, intercepted by number 5, Sign Shuba.
Does.
Makes
Watch
up for
the
that.
highlight play on that one.
Makes
too
up
here.
for that pass interference he had earlier.
Yeah. Well, that was a little bit questionable, but
Dude, he never turned around.
I mean, it was right in the guy's face.
yeah, but he wasn't in. You can face guard. You just can't run into him.
Well, he did run into him.
Yeah, he ran into him
So,
So how's it questionable?
because he just barely ran into him.
because he barely ran into it.
And how many away from 70 are we? Still 42.
We didn't get 3 points for an interception. So.
No, we didn't.
We're not lucky.
I was liking that for a minute.
Allen takes over at their own 26. Hawkins completes a pass again to Jacob for 17 yards for a first down. His next pass is to Hunter Hill for 30 yards.
We still got. We haven't gotten to the Family Jewels play yet, have we?
No, that'd be fourth quarter.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, but
I'm ready for that.
Ready?
I'm
Ready?
ready for
Need
that.
something to drink?
Yeah. Number 86,
Wet my
Hunter
whistle.
Hill.
Is he a sophomore?
Doc?
Hunter Hill may be a senior.
I think he's a senior wide receiver. He's listed. Hunter Hill, number 86, tight end, wide receiver, whatever.
Catches a pass for 30
It was nice.
Number 86.
down to the 27-yard line. Hawkins rushes for 8, and then he rushes for 14. Devin rushes for 2 down to the 3-yard line.
Yep.
And then we get penalized 5 yards. I don't know if that was a legal motion or a legal
Legal
formation, I think is what it was.
Legal formation.
And then Hawkins throws a pass that
Yeah, from
Tyson
the
catches. pulls it
8-yard
off-
line.
Off
Yeah,
the turf.
No big deal.
Yes, he threw that one low.
It was a low pass. And we're a long way.
That was a scoop.
Because that's the north end zone. We're a long
You
way
can
to
still
that.
see it.
He was
low.
channeling it, Lathan.
Yeah. It's a low pass. He scoops it. It's 35 to nothing.
It's still good.
No, we're going in the south end zone.
Yeah, they did.
The one on the north was low, too, that he threw up there. So, anyhow, you're right, South. It was low.
Damn Dallas Morning News.
No, they don't say which direction we're going here. 35-0. 2:27 left in the third.
It's starting to look like a rout, and the coaches are maybe happy that we haven't let them score. But
You know, again, McKinney can do nothing
Now
with the
35
ball.
away from 70.
Allen gets it back. We end up punting, and it rolls down to the 7-yard line
yeah,
of McKinney.
58-yard punt.
Yeah, it was.
Boy,
It
you're
rolled,
just a
rolled,
mathematician today, aren't you?
rolled. You better be quiet with the math stuff.
he's a cipher. He's got a 6th
I
grade
got my
education.
glasses on.
Um,
That makes me
looks
smart.
Get you a little mathematic book to start working on your mathematics.
Allen gets the ball. Not Allen, excuse me. McKinney gets the ball. Hand off to the running back. Off he goes.
Yeah,
93 yards later.
there goes the shutout.
One play.
I was hoping for it, but
Now we have to score an extra touchdown.
And let me put it this way: there will be no highlight videos of those plays. You just imagine that. Close your eyes and imagine.
At this point, when Allen gets the ball back, Van Alsdale's in at quarterback, and really there's not a whole lot more to talk about from an Allen perspective. McKinney does score one more time.
on kind of a fluke
through the
pass
fourth
play
quarter.
over the middle.
Yeah, the ball gets
Bumps it,
Yeah,
bumps
tip.
it
We
up.
tip it.
he bobbles it and then catches it again, and he's behind everybody when he finally catches it, and off he runs, and it's a 72-yard touchdown.
It's one of those things that just doesn't go your way, but goes their way.
Yeah, kind of like the Cowboy touchdown against, or the Patriot touchdown against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's one of those plays where you sit there and go, really?
Yeah,
If it's going to happen, at least it wasn't total skill that made it happen.
exactly. So we
freak
get to
occurrence.
see Van Alsdorf a little bit. Evan Bullock comes in and has a couple rushes. Caden Ebron, number 45,
That's right.
shows up in the backfield.
Yeah.
Has
That's a first.
Did well run. Did okay running back.
He did fine. And at the end of the game, like James says, we get to see number 17
Noah Kimball.
steps in and gets to take the last snap.
Gets to take the knee.
Yeah.
And
Even after we called a
I'm
timeout.
still very
And
interested.
about got ran over.
Yeah,
about
he won
did.
that number. That's safety.
His
Come
blocker.
on.
much
His
did.
blocker.
Notice how they slid right
Took
through
one
the
for
family
him.
jewel thing there?
Yeah.
Well, we're getting back to that because I didn't know exactly where that was in the fourth quarter. But there's a play in the fourth quarter
It was early in the fourth quarter.
where
Nato.
AJ Lopez
Lopez.
goes down, and
Awkwardly.
he gets up. Doc and the crew get about halfway out to him, and he stands back up, and I guess he waved you off.
Well, at that point, he was trying to go back in. Referees caught it, and he pretty much couldn't get down in his stance and decided he was going to come the other direction. And
So how was he talking?
Hey, Doc, can you help me get out to the sideline? Hey, Nato!
I've been needle
I need a break. Come here.
yeah,
Come on in for a day.
It happens.
If you're a guy,
You know, I always
most
work
of us
up.
have experienced that. Hey, it happens.
It's painful.
It ain't fun.
So Allen wins 35-14, which is fantastic.
Homecoming, good way to do it.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out, like you said, tomorrow who the
King and Queen are.
king and queen are, since they refused to announce it at the game. Which,
it's no longer called king and queen.
oh, excuse me, what's it called?
No royalty
Him and
and
her.
nobility.
No what?
Royalty and nobility.
Why?
Okay.
Do not know.
Okay. I just don't even know what to say.
Day and times.
Yeah, exactly. So the rest of the district, because we're still trying to figure out who's doing what. Geyer played Boyd last night, which really wasn't a positioning game because Boyd's going to go D1 and Geyer's going to go D2. But it was still very interesting because both teams were, 6-1, 7-1. They only both had one loss. Both losses coming to Allen.
Yeah.
But Geyer wins that one 35-10. And then the game that had probably the most importance as far as playoffs go was the Prosper Denton Braswell game.
Yeah, and the question coming into it, Prosper had not been looking too
Not
good.
good at all.
No.
But apparently they found their Wheaties because they ended up beating
Or
Denton
Braswell's
Braswell.
a fluke.
Well, their Braswell struggled. You never know what kids may be out, et cetera. But they won, 38?
Grades did come
38,
out.
38-17. Yeah.
Yeah,
So good for Prosper.
Yeah. So it puts Prosper in the driver's seat for number 4. Now they get a snoot full of Allen
That's right.
this next week.
McKinney's a cellar dweller. Who are they playing next week? They don't stand a chance of getting in, but
We can
We
look
got it
that
right
up.
here.
Could be a bye week. I don't know.
it could be. Geyer's bye week is the last
McKinney
week.
and Boyd.
McKinney plays Boyd.
Okay. McKinney plays
They got
Boyd.
Boyd and Little Elm.
Wonder where that's
Crosstown
at.
rival.
Wonder at the crown jewel of Texas.
Is
high
that
school
at the
football.
crown jewel of Texas high school football?
Yeah.
Better wear a
Imagine that.
cup. You don't want to have those crown jewels busted.
So,
Why are we talking like this?
district standings. Allen is now top 4-0. Allen clinched a playoff spot last night.
Yep.
And will clinch a home field game or a home game with a win next week.
Geyer's 3-1.
They're 4-1 now.
Oh yeah. In district?
Yeah, they've got one more game than Allen. They haven't had.
Yeah, because
the
they're
bye.
off.
They have the
Yeah,
last
they're
week
off
off.
at the last game. Yeah.
Boyd is
They get 2 weeks
2-2.
before playoffs.
Braswell's 2-3.
Sometimes that's not good.
Prosper's
Sometimes
2-2.
it is, depending on where you're.
Say again. Boyd is
Boyd is now 2-2 in district.
okay.
Braswell is 2-3 in district. Well, let's go back. Boyd and Prosper are both 2-2. Braswell's 2-3. Little Elm's 1-3, and McKinney's 0-4. So, Prosper, even though they beat Braswell, they will owe that tiebreaker. They really need, to win out.
Is that Boyd?
Prosper.
Oh, Prosper.
Prosper does.
Prosper has left on their schedule. They've got Allen next week, and then they got Boyd, which, could be an interesting game. from
Ultimately, they need to
perspective.
beat Boyd, no doubt.
Yeah, and
So
Bras,
is that our?
excuse me?
What game is that? Their last? No, it's the week after next.
Who?
Braswell and Boyd. I mean, Prosper and Boyd.
Yeah, it's the last game of the year on the 5th. Or excuse me,
Yeah, we're off
the
that
4th.
night.
Yeah, we
We
play
are
Thursday
off.
night.
Yeah, because we do play Thursday.
Where's that game being played?
Hang on just one second. That game is being played at the Crown Jewel. It might be something.
Allen?
No.
No, Allen North.
He was making, Allen North. We've got Allen North, Allen South, and Allen Central. Allen World Headquarters.
West, East.
World Headquarters.
Home of the
Freaking
Armadillo.
Collin County is Allen.
World Headquarters. So, there's still a lot to be decided between, Braswell and Prosper.
And so that's for district, and you take the
For
top
positioning.
4, right? Top 4, Division 1, Division 2. So the two top highest
Is that
attended
how it
schools.
works?
Well, yeah. Some people out here are new and,
how many
don't
points are we
understand
away
how
from
it
70
works.
now?
If they're listening to us, they ain't new.
Well,
Well, you never know.
it's going to be interesting because Braswell's off next week. So the best they can finish is 3-3 in district.
Yep.
And that would include a victory over Allen.
So weird.
Otherwise, they're going to be 2-4.
And let's assume Allen beats Prosper, so that makes them 2-3.
And even if they lose their last game, they're 2-4.
Yep.
The question then, how does Little Elm do that? Because Little Elm's 1-3 right
We
now.
haven't even talked about that.
And again, you're going to get into
And this is after our district ends up being the top district in
the
the
state,
from
non-district.
non-district.
Yeah,
That's kind of wild, isn't it?
yeah. Because Little Elm's got a tougher road.
We're the SEC of high school football.
There you go. Start beating up on everybody. Little Elm's got Geyer next week.
That's going to be a hard
Was this
road.
game after us? After we played them?
After we played,
Little Elm.
yeah,
That's a game where they were physically beat up.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were. We were pretty tough on those guys.
We beat them up pretty good.
So it's really going to come down to Prosper and Braswell. If Prosper wins out, they're obviously in.
But we know that ain't going to happen.
If they have a tie with Braswell, they get the tiebreaker.
Yep.
And
Because of the win.
I'm not going to count Little Elm out, but they got to beat Geyer, and then they got McKinney. But it's going to be interesting to
It's
see.
an uphill battle.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, and then whoever gets in, we're going to play 6-6A. So we're in 5-6A. We'll
Right.
play 6-6A. Top team in Division 1 plays the bottom team in Division 1. Top team in Division 2 plays the bottom team in Division 2 between districts. And we stand a chance at some point. Now, the first round is always going to be home advantage for Allen, assuming that we, do win district.
And as of this morning,
Yeah.
Do our
6-6A,
job.
Louisville
job.
is undefeated at 5-0. Hebron and Marcus are tied at 4-1, but Marcus beat Hebron last night, so they've got the tiebreaker there. And then in fourth place in that district right now, Flower Mound at 3-2. If those four teams are the teams that make it to the playoffs, the D1 reps will be Louisville and Hebron. Okay, which means the Eagles would play Hebron in the
Right.
first round game. If Coppell,
Which that was our scrimmage.
yes, it was. If Coppell ends up overtaking Flower Mound in that district, then Coppell would be representative. Yeah, the number 2 team in
A
D1.
particular member of our group will not be a happy camper.
Yeah. So there's still some things to be decided there.
That is.
And it's funny because none of the Plano schools have been eliminated from the playoffs yet. They're all 1-4.
Right.
But I saw 2 of those teams still haven't played each other, so someone's going to be out for sure.
And if any of them make it,
God bless them if they do.
yeah.
So,
Well, I thought last year was going to be the first year that Plano School had made the playoffs. Maybe it'll be this year.
and Plano snuck in last year.
Yes, they did. Last game.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen this year.
Man, that was one of the fastest games we got over with, and I don't know how long. It's so awesome.
Are we done yet? Are we done yet?
No, it went like that.
Plano schools are
We were out there by
5
9:30.
and 16.
Yeah.
over here.
Wow.
That was I couldn't believe how quick that game went.
I went straight to a concert right after that.
Bunch of juggernauts.
11 War, went and saw Wynn Williams play. If y'all ever get a chance to see Wynn Williams play, I need to go see him play.
Wynn Williams.
Wynn Williams.
What does he play?
Country.
See, I wouldn't know.
Little country.
Very similar to a lot of similar to George Strait characteristics. But he's really
Stapleton, kind of.
Good. No, no, he's not. He's
Classic.
This kid's out of Weatherford. I think he was a rodeo guy, and then ended up going down to A&M, graduate from there, and playing. And
Made a career out of it.
oh yeah, he's got some good music.
Where'd you go see him at, Hanks?
Fortune
No,
and fame.
Hanks didn't open. I saw him at Love and War.
Love More in Texas.
Love and War.
Love it.
It was up Prosper not
Hanks
too long ago.
Hanks
He was
is
there.
closed?
They're fixing to open up.
Yeah,
they
they were
remodeled.
closed for a while.
Really?
Yeah, they've been closed.
They've been closed for a while.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
At least a year.
Yeah, crazy. Yep. A couple other things. We got some housekeeping to take care of. Next Saturday, Eagle Fan Jam for the basketball team. Where are you going?
Go in the bathroom.
Oh!
I'm talking about basketball. I got to go to the bathroom.
Wow.
La 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 la.
You're coming to Fan Jam, aren't you?
The time on that has changed,
Dang it.
and
So please take note.
instead of starting at 9 in the
well.
morning,
I got a freaking wedding to go to.
it's going to start
Well, I have to.
Why?
at 2 o'clock
We
in the
want you to.
afternoon.
You can kiss my ass.
We've got a side conversation going
Oh
on here that
my
I'm
God.
trying to work through.
Same crap every week.
So
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. Come on, you guys.
It's the
work it
same
out.
schedule, just a different time. They had a scheduling conflict, I guess, with the gym, and so it starts
It
at
was going to be at
from
10.
9 to 1.
Yeah, 9 to 1.
But now it's going to
2.
be
2 to 6.
2 to 6.
Again, they'll have inter squad scrimmages from 2 to 3. From 3 to 4 is the varsity scrimmage, and then from 5 to and I think the slam dunk contest is
The ankle
between 4
breakers.
and 5.
After the
Between 4 and 5. Again, yours truly will be judges, along with 2 distinguished Allen alumni. I found out Olin Carter
yeah, awesome.
and Jarrett Dixon.
Be good to see
back in
Olin
town?
and Jared
And
Dixon.
we will be broadcasting live.
We will be broadcasting. I'm not sure how live it'll be, but we're going to
We'll do some
podcasts from there.
Facebook Live, video.
So, and they'll have food trucks, and they'll have, you want interviews and autographs, not ours,
$10.
Yeah, the players and some
players, and that will be there. It'll be a great time for your kids to bring them out, again, between 2 and 6.
This is a cool thing that the
Yeah.
coaches.
It's a lot of fun.
Next
They put
Saturday.
some time into it.
There's a trash can right in the bathroom.
That's a big B.
Bzzz.
We have so much going on. These guys are so ADD this morning. Oh, Lord.
Love it.
Let's put our
So
helmets on.
that time changed, just so everybody know, from 2 to 6 next week, up at the
Saturday.
school. So be there.
Competition gym.
The other thing is, early voting started this week.
Yes,
Went.
Congratulations. There's several items on the agenda. The ones that we have talked about and we're promoting are the passing of proposition,
The bond. 2 bonds.
2 bond propositions.
Yeah.
God, please do. I need new carpet in my office.
There you go. See, and here's a man who lives it every day.
How's the turf on the field? Is it pretty good?
Really?
Yeah,
I
know how bad it is. I've
It's
been
an
on
injury
it.
waiting to
awful.
happen.
And
It
I've
is.
seen, and I know this is going to happen. And again, we as a group are promoting this passing of Prop A and Prop B.
How old is this Dr. Pepper? It's flat.
You should ask before you go on that bridge.
Back to when he was working for DP.
Anyhow, we would ask that you vote yes for that, and I know there's a lot of people opposing it for so many
90
stupid
days
reasons.
is all
Yep.
it has.
You know, someone on God, what was it I saw this week? Someone was promoting voting no because of the fact that special education wasn't getting their funding within the school.
So it's not a
And you're like, guys,
different
federal
buckets.
is-
That's a whole different animal.
it is, and it's just like, well, we're not going to do it until, just like, guys, it makes you're penalizing a
If
whole
you
bunch
don't know how school finance works, don't make a comment that ignorant about it.
It's-
Because it really is.
and the whole mass people
Holds no water.
are still mad. No mass, no bonds. It's
And that's
just
stupid
ridiculous.
as well, too.
So these are things that are needed within the district, unless you want the appearance in your facilities and your kids to suffer.
And it's not just an
Starting
athletic,
like
it affects
BISD.
every kid in the
And
district.
let's just say, some of the turfs that need to be replaced, ASA uses those facilities as well.
right.
So that's, a lot of your kids are still using that. Tennis
Yep.
courts. There's a
Bad
lot of
shape.
people
Horrible.
in there who use
Bad
those
shape.
courts. So
That are not affiliated with the school at all. It's people
It's public.
who like tennis.
but that stadium's used every day.
Yep.
Everyone sits here and thinks we only play this many games. No, it is used every day.
Yeah, for something.
Yeah, training. It's not just football. Track
Soccer,
uses it.
lacrosse,
Soccer uses it.
Archery.
Everything that it gets a lot of use.
Yep. And it needs it, and it's 10 years old, and that's the life of a turf.
Target practice. Really?
Where'd that go from?
Archery.
Archery,
Badminton. I mean,
bowling.
Bowling,
we
yeah.
could do it all.
if you can hit that 100-yard shot.
So, if you haven't voted yet, please go vote. Voting runs through November 2nd. Second.
Yeah.
I think it's the
We
date.
need your support.
Yeah, the
Kids
kids need
Need
it.
your support.
Yeah, it's a kid issue.
And it's not just the school kids, like we've been saying.
Yeah, for those of you that go up and walk the track at the track stadium, that's part of the.
And I'll put it that building is over 20 years old, and a lot of people think, well, that was built when the stadium was built. No, it wasn't. It got renovated when the stadium was built. No, it didn't. It's
Yeah.
the only building in the district. They usually are on a 10, 15-year plan. It's the only building in the district that has not been renovated in its lifespan.
Yep.
And it needs it. I mean, we're still operating off the same washers that are in there, and there's just a lot of things that needs to be updated in that facility.
Well, again, I go back to if it was like your house and you hadn't done anything to it in 20 years, you obviously would
It'd
would
be
need
falling
to.
apart. Yeah, and you need to do something about it.
And so we
Sure would look ugly.
encourage you to vote. Yeah, it would look ugly.
It'd be dangerous.
Besides, Ford needs a track too.
Ford does need a track. That's
Those
yeah.
kids,
it's
those
about
kids are
equity.
suffering because they have to load up and come all the way over to the high school to work out.
And if it
Sometimes they
rains, their
can't.
games get moved to Lowry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly. If it rains. Yeah, exactly. All right. Next week, folks, the Eagles travel to Prosper Friday night for a 7 o'clock start. It's easier to get to than it is to get to Geyer.
Yep.
So,
Straight up the tollway.
Little bit easier.
yeah. Take the tollway. Don't take Preston. Stay off 380 if you can. Just take the tollway up. You go to the end of the tollway and
Yeah, I don't
Take a
know if
right.
that's a great. Yeah, you want to.
Well, you get
want to go right onto 380. You
wanna
definitely
go
don't want to go straight.
early.
It's just down to one lane, too.
if you go early, it's no big deal. So get there as quick as you can. Let's get this Prosper game behind it and put the pressure on Prosper to have to win the next week, and you ain't got to worry about
At
it.
least we got more sideline room than we do over at Collins Stadium in Denton.
At least they don't call it the crown jewel of Texas high school football. So, hey, we appreciate you sitting in. Now you got to go dig palm trees.
No, that's
No.
probably going to be on the back burner.
It's too late now.
Mama lands here pretty soon from
Fall asleep in
being out
the
of
chair.
Fort Benning. So
Oh, cool. So an airport trip, huh?
no, she got her truck out there.
Even better.
He's just got to be ready at home.
Exactly. All right,
Do
people.
honeydews and pack up the house for
Thanks for
renovation.
listening. If you're still here, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. We look forward to next week, and until next time, it's over, and we be out. Peace.